Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you guys how you can find grants and scholarships to get through your pre-nursing and nursing courses. I personally have been able to get through all of my pre-nursing courses, having them almost completely covered through scholarships. Now, if you stick around to the end of this video, I'm going to share with you guys a scholarship that is for the 2021 to 2022 school year. It's a nursing scholarship. So I'll share a little bit about that at the very end of this video. The first step that you'll want to take is to just fill out FAFSA and see if you do qualify for any grants from the government. And FAFSA is just a form that you can fill out as a student to receive financial aid, either through grants or through loans from the government. Now, nursing is going to be a second degree for me. I already have a previous bachelor's degree, and because of this, I actually do not qualify at all for the FAFSA financial aid. I did have to complete FAFSA anyways, just to prove that I did not qualify for any governmental scholarships, for some of the scholarships that I did apply to, but I did not receive any grants or any scholarships through FAFSA. So, all that to say, if you are a first-time college student, or this is the first degree that you're completing, it's very likely that you will qualify for some grants through FAFSA. Now, I could go off on a whole other tangent about loans and all of that. In my previous degree, I took out a bunch of loans and later, honestly, really regretted it. It was hard to pay back, took a while to pay back. Thankfully, that's all behind me and I was able to pay all of those loans off. But my philosophy now is just that if you can avoid loans as much as possible, avoid them. If you are filling out FAFSA, my recommendation is to not take out the loans and to just go for the grant money. And a grant is basically just a scholarship or like a sum of money that the government gives to a student for a particular purpose. And so basically it just functions as a scholarship. It's money that's given to you that you can use for your tuition and sometimes for your supplies and books and that sort of thing. Now, the second thing to do if you've already filled out FAFSA or if you do not qualify for grants through FAFSA is to call your school or financial aid office at the school you're attending and ask them if they have any scholarships available that you can apply for. Now, this is actually the way that I was able to find all of the scholarships that I applied for and that I received to help me through my pre-nursing courses. Your advisor can help you with that. Also, they may refer you to a financial aid counselor to talk through this. Sometimes they'll also have this information on your school's financial aid website, so you can look into that as well. But usually your school will just have a list of different scholarships that are available, and each of them typically have certain qualifications. So it may be that some of them are merit-based, which just means that is based on your GPA and your academic record. And so you'll want to look at that to see if that's something that you qualify for. And then sometimes there will be need-based scholarships, which just means that you'll show like your taxes or your income amount, and that is usually what will qualify you for a needs-based scholarship. And then in addition to that, a lot of schools will have scholarships where they're partnering with other groups or with other people to give these scholarships to specific students or specific types of students. Sometimes it'll be like you're involved in a certain club or you're involved in music or you're involved in a certain sport. So you'll just want to check and see what your school has and see if you qualify for some of those scholarships. If you do, then definitely go ahead and fill out those applications and see if you can get those scholarships. And something that I learned as well is just to keep on going back every few months to the website or just calling the financial aid office to see if there are any updates to scholarships, because sometimes there will be new scholarships that are added, or sometimes you can apply to the same scholarship every few months or every term or every year. So if that's available to you, then that's always a good thing to kind of keep on top of and know what's going on with that. Now, the next suggestion that I have is to check for scholarships that are given through the state that you are living in. So the way that you can look for those is, again, you can just ask your financial aid counselor or your advisor if they know of any scholarships like that. And then you can also do a Google search to see if there are any specific scholarships in your state. So if you lived in Georgia, for example, you could just Google Georgia nursing scholarships or Georgia scholarships for pre-nursing or just scholarships for college students. One of the scholarships that I got for a course that I took this past semester, it fully covered my entire class, but it was not specific to nursing or pre-nursing. It was just a needs-based scholarship that was for people who were doing a continuing education class, which is what I was taking. So you never know what you're gonna find. Just do some searching, do some looking around, ask your advisor, do some Google searching, and that's going to help kind of uncover some of these scholarships that are just literally sitting there and waiting for you. All right, now this next tip is geared specifically towards nursing scholarships. Guys, there are so many nursing scholarships out there. What I recommend is just doing some Google searches for nursing scholarships. There's going to be a ton of stuff that comes up. There's scholarships for if you're a single mom who's pursuing nursing. There's scholarships for if you're a man who is pursuing nursing, for if you're a woman pursuing nursing. There's scholarships for weird and wacky things like you really love ice cream. And so this is scholarships for people who love ice cream. I mean, you just don't know what you're gonna find out there. There's so much, and especially based on the medical field and nursing, there's just tons and tons of scholarships out there. So what I've been doing is I've created an Excel spreadsheet. So it's pretty simple. I just have a few columns. In the first column, I'll put the name of the scholarship that I have checked to make sure that I, qualify for. And so I'll put the name of the scholarship, and then I will put the date that that scholarship is due by. And then in the third column, I'll just put the link to the website that that scholarship information is all located at. And so I have a running list of scholarships that I can apply for, which is great, and it kind of consolidates that into one place for you, and so that you can keep track of that and not forget about anything that you've found. And then you can also make sure that if you are wanting to fill out those scholarships, that you keep in mind the deadlines, that you know that you can have them in on time. Something to just keep in mind as you're going through your pre-nursing classes is that with nursing scholarships, some of them are going to be merit-based, which just means that it's based on your GPA and your grades. So for merit-based scholarships, usually they're going to be looking for something like a 3.5 or above, and so a pretty high GPA. And so that's just something to keep in mind. If you're wanting to apply to merit-based scholarships, you're going to want to focus on your grades and getting good grades in your pre-nursing classes. And then there also are tons of non-merit-based scholarships as well, which I already mentioned before. There's just based on all kinds of different things. And for those types of scholarships, usually they just require that you maybe have like a 2.5 GPA or above. And it just depends on the scholarship, what they're going to require for your GPA. Now, finally, just really briefly, I'll talk about what it looks like to apply for a scholarship. Typically, there's going to be an application form that you need to fill out that just has like your name, your address, the program that you're applying to, the school that you're attending, those types of things. And then usually if it's a merit-based scholarship, you're going to have to attach some transcripts. And if it's a need-based scholarship, you're usually going to have to attach like some income information, some tax information, things like that. A lot of scholarships also are going to require that you write an essay, and they'll usually choose what topic you're going to write it on, and they'll let you know how long it's supposed to be, how many words. And with that, you're just going to want to make sure that your essay is well written, not grammatically incorrect or a lot of errors in it, and that it's interesting and kind of stands out from the rest of the crowd. I've been seeing some applications recently that instead of an essay, you actually make a video, and it's kind of a similar idea where you get to be creative and show how you would qualify for the scholarship and why you should be chosen for the scholarship. So it all depends on the scholarship you're applying to and what they require of you and all those things. So you just want to make sure that you read all the details, make sure you know exactly what is required, and just put your best effort into it so that you have a great chance of getting the scholarship. Now, I mentioned earlier that there's a scholarship that I was going to share with you guys. This scholarship has been launched by Mometrix, and it is specific to nursing students who are going to be in a nursing program during the 2021 to 2022 school year. They have several prizes that are available. They have a first, second, and third prize. The first place prize is going to be a $750 scholarship award. The second place award is going to be $400. And then for the third place winner, it's going to be some free Mometrix study materials or a choice of one of their books. So it's a great scholarship option if you are a nursing student right now currently, or you're going to be a nursing student in this next upcoming school year. So I just wanted to let you guys all know about that, and I'm going to be linking the link to that scholarship in the description box below so you can check it out there. So as always, thank you guys so much for being here and watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up below, and you can subscribe to my channel for more content that's similar to this. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.